prepare yourself, for we are about to embark on a journey into the delicate, vibrant, and surprisingly profound world of My Dress-Up Darling Season 1. Forget what you think you know about romantic comedies. This is not merely a tale of two high schoolers, but a meticulously crafted exploration of passion, vulnerability, and the quiet courage it takes to truly be seen. It is a series that doesn't just tell a story. It invites you to inhabit its every stitch, every blush, every whispered dream. Imagine a quiet corner of a bustling high school, where the hum of a sewing machine is the only companion to a soul burdened by a secret. Now, picture a whirlwind of vibrant energy, a supernova of unapologetic joy, crashing into that solitude, shattering the carefully constructed walls with a single, audacious request. This is the genesis of My Dress-Up Darling Season 1, an anime that dares to ask, what happens when two worlds, seemingly diametrically opposed, discover they share the very same heartbeat? It's a collision of introversion and exuberance, of traditional artistry and modern fandom, that promises to unravel not just costumes, but the very fabric of identity itself. My Dress-Up Darling Season 1, produced by the acclaimed Cloverwork Studio, unfolds as a masterclass in the romantic comedy and slice-of-life genres, meticulously charting the blossoming relationship between its two leads across 12 captivating episodes. The overall premise is elegantly simple yet profoundly executed. Wakana Gojo, a reclusive high schooler with a deep-seated passion for crafting traditional Hina dolls, finds his world irrevocably altered when the school's most popular and vivacious girl, Marin Kitagawa, discovers his hidden talent and enlists him to create her elaborate cosplay costumes. This unexpected partnership forms the bedrock of a narrative that is both a contemplative slow burn of emotional discovery and a kinetic burst of creative energy. The season's progression is a testament to the power of incremental growth, with each episode serving as a vital thread in the evolving tapestry of Gojo and Marin's bond. The very air crackles with the weight of unspoken dreams as we are introduced to Wakana Gojo, a young man whose world is meticulously ordered around the delicate art of Hina doll craftsmanship. Yet, beneath this quiet dedication lies a profound loneliness, a scar etched by a childhood memory of ridicule that forced his passion into the shadows. His solitude, a self-imposed exile, is suddenly, gloriously, shattered by the arrival of Marin Kitagawa. She doesn't just enter the room, she explodes into it, a supernova of vibrant energy and unapologetic joy, her very presence a stark, dazzling contrast to Gojo's muted existence. It's a collision of introversion and exuberance, a moment that feels less like a meeting and more like destiny. When she discovers his hidden talent for sewing, a skill honed on the intricate kimonos of Hina dolls, her audacious request for a cosplay outfit based on an Eroge game character isn't just a commission. It's an invitation, a challenge, a whisper of a world beyond his carefully constructed walls. This initial encounter, brimming with the promise of the unexpected, instantly ensnares the reader, plunging them into the film's unique atmosphere and the central dilemma of Gojo's fear of judgment versus Marin's boundless enthusiasm. You can almost feel the quiet tension, the hesitant hope, as their two worlds, seemingly diametrically opposed, begin to intertwine. The audacious request from Marin for a cosplay outfit based on the explicit Eroge game character, Shizuku-tan, propels Gojo into a realm far beyond his sheltered experience, a world where the boundaries of his comfort zone are not just pushed, but joyfully obliterated. The infamous measurement scene, a moment that could easily veer into crude territory, is instead handled with a surprising blend of confidence and innocence. Marin, with an almost disarming self-assurance, strips down to a bikini, her uninhibited nature a stark contrast to Gojo's flustered purity, his face a canvas of bewildered blushes. Yet, through his visible discomfort, a deeper truth emerges. Gojo's unwavering dedication to Marin's dream, his earnestness, and his profound respect for her passion override his personal embarrassment. This episode masterfully balances provocative situations with an underlying wholesomeness, inviting you to witness the quiet courage of a boy stepping into the unknown for the sake of another's joy. It's a testament to how the series can be both provocative yet so wholesome, leaving you wondering how they manage such a delicate balance. The journey continues with a shopping trip for cosplay materials, a seemingly mundane task that transforms into a delightful exploration of their burgeoning connection. As they navigate the aisles of fabric stores and wig shops, Gojo's deep, almost encyclopedic knowledge of materials and construction shines through, impressing Marin with his artistic talent and meticulous eye. It's in these moments, amidst bolts of cloth and shimmering threads, that the subtle dance of their relationship truly begins. Marin, ever the playful instigator, weaves in teasing remarks about dating, her words like gentle ripples on the surface of a pond, hinting at the deeper feelings beginning to stir beneath Gojo's earnest, yet oblivious, exterior. This episode, though low-key, is a worthwhile one, particularly for the mutual geeking out that solidifies their strongest point of chemistry. You can almost feel the warmth of their shared enthusiasm, the quiet joy of finding someone who understands the intricate language of your passion. The narrative takes a poignant turn as we witness Gojo's intense dedication, a raw, relatable struggle against the relentless tide of mounting pressures. His grandfather's unexpected fall, coupled with looming midterms and a self-imposed deadline for Marin's first costume, pushes him to the brink of exhaustion and anxiety. You can almost feel the weight of the world on his shoulders, the physical manifestation of his stress as he works himself to the bone, driven by a singular, pure desire to make Marin happy. This is Gojo at his most vulnerable, a ball of anxiety, and it makes him incredibly human. The true emotional crescendo arrives when Marin sees the finished costume. Her reaction is a powerful potpourri of emotions, awe at his craftsmanship, but also a profound concern for his well-being, a realization that transcends the simple client-craftsman dynamic. This moment marks a pivotal shift, solidifying their bond and igniting the undeniable spark of romantic chemistry. It's a scene that tugs at the heartstrings, leaving you with a deep sense of their evolving connection. The vibrant spectacle of the cosplay event bursts onto the screen, a kaleidoscope of color and energy where Marin, embodying Shizuka-tan, radiates an infectious, unadulterated joy. Gojo, initially feeling a pang of disposability, a quiet fear that his role is complete once the costume is delivered, is profoundly moved by the sheer happiness radiating from Marin. It's a moment of quiet revelation for him, a realization that his craft extends beyond mere creation to the profound impact it has on another's spirit. The episode culminates in a truly heartwarming, almost breathless moment. Gojo, in a rare act of unguarded sincerity, calls Marin beautiful, a word he reserves for his most cherished Hina dolls, a sacred descriptor. This simple, yet deeply significant, compliment triggers a cascade of emotions in Marin, a blush that spreads like wildfire, and a clear, undeniable realization of her burgeoning feelings for him. It's a scene that shifted into second gear for their relationship, leaving you on the edge of your seat, wondering how this beautiful, fragile connection will continue to unfold. The air around Marin now shimmers with a new, delightful energy as her crush on Gojo takes center stage, depicted with endearing internal flusters and rosy visions that paint her world in hues of burgeoning romance. Her once bold demeanor now softens with a charming nervousness around him, a testament to the profound impact of Gojo's heartfelt compliment. The narrative wastes no time, however, introducing a new dynamic, the renowned cosplayer Juju, Sejuna Inui, whose initial appearance hints at a potential rival, but quickly evolves into a friendly collaboration, expanding Gojo's world beyond his wildest dreams. This episode also marks a significant milestone for Gojo, as he receives his first official cosplay commission, a validation of his burgeoning skills and a quiet triumph for his once-hidden passion. It's a unique gem of an episode, showcasing the delightful awkwardness of first love and the unexpected joys of shared artistic endeavors. The title itself, A Home Date with the Guy I Love is the Best, whispers the sweet, nervous anticipation that permeates this episode. Gojo's visit to Marin's house, ostensibly for an anime binge-watching session to research Juju's costume, transforms into a series of adorable, awkward, and genuinely sweet date moments. You can almost feel the butterflies in Marin's stomach, her internal ramblings and stolen glances painting a vivid picture of her burgeoning affection. The episode also introduces Juju's younger sister and photographer, Shinju Inui, a quiet presence that hints at future character development and adds another layer to this intricate tapestry of relationships. It's a bundle of fun, showcasing the energy of it all is super fun, unique, and overall refreshing to watch. Episode 8, Backlighting is the Best. This episode offers a poignant, almost melancholic, dive into Juju's backstory, revealing the deep, almost sacred, love for magical girl anime that fuels her passion for cosplay. It's a journey into the heart of why she cosplays, a way to transcend the mundane, to step into a world where magic is real and dreams take flight. We also get a glimpse into Shinju's quiet passion for photography, a timid soul finding her voice through the lens of a camera. Episode 7 feels like a soft cotton shirt, warm, familiar, but with sparks. Here, the series fully embraces slice-of-life charm. A highlight is the afternoon Juju studio plan. The Inui sisters join them, forming a mini cosplay family. But the centerpiece is Marin inviting Gojo to her home, a date in her words, though she's oblivious to its weight. This episode shines in direction and detail. We open on Gojo waiting at a bus stop outside Marin's building, a mundane scene elevated by score that blends excitement and trepidation. When Marin finally lets him into her tiny, chaotic apartment, the camera pans to reveal piles of anime merch and craft kits everywhere. I laughed and cooed at the authenticity. Posters of game girls all around, miniature model kits on shelves. These production design details flesh out Marin's world so completely that you feel you're stepping into a real cosplayer's den. Suddenly, we're cleaning off the coffee table to make space for them to watch TV. It's a hominess rarely seen in anime. As the two watch Flower Princess blaze, side by side, it's orchestrated beautifully. The directors place them on the couch with Minori the rabbit cat at their feet. The lighting is cozy, lamplight warm, as Marin gets fangirl excited. A tiny sound cue, the rustle of Marin turning a page in a compendium, is included. These minor touches ground the scene in reality. The show's script is witty. Marin keeps hitting the cat asking, "Isn't it cute?" between episodes, and Gojo reacts in deadpan, "It's a cat," but laughs. This gives them a comfortable rapport. I personally recognized the hallmark signs of budding intimacy in these small gestures. Food is a big part here. Marin wants to treat Gojo to her homemade omuras. We go through a montage of Marin attempting to make rice omelets and failing spectacularly, egg stick ketchup splatters. Cinematographically, it's energetic. Quick cuts of Marin's flustered face, the stove's flame flickering, and a triumphant shot when she finally presents the imperfect meal with a flourish. Here I must say, I'm genuinely impressed by how even a cooking fail is charming. After Gojo compliments her cooking earnestly, between mouthfuls of warm, sweet ketchup rice, Marin beams. Through the lens of the story, this is another trust-building block. I find myself craving that comfort just by watching. It's like smelling the actual food. Meanwhile, the creative work continues parallelly. Back in the store, Gojo is locked in crafting mode, sketching costumes for Juju and Shinju. The episode intercuts these two storylines in a crosscut montage. Every time Marin blushes at Gojo's attention, it cuts to Gojo styling Shinju's hair. The editing rhythm is playful and effective. It shows their world and Marin's world truly converging. When Shinju appears, with a dramatic black jacket opening to reveal she is bustier and caviar than Kitagawa expected, both Marin and the viewers go wide-eyed. Shinju is drawn with gorgeous detail, and this reveal is framed like a classic cinematic drop curtain moment, complete with gasps. For viewers, like me, new to Shinju, it's a jaw-dropper that says, your expectations of anime are about to be upended, but it's the return to Marin's side that closes the episode gently. We see Marin drifting off while watching, dozing and smiling as Gojo's sketches arrive via text. By the time she wakes, the sister's order is nearly ready. Marin kisses Gojo on the cheek in a sleepy thank you. The angle is artfully soft-lit. The first actual kiss we've seen, though technical it's just a quick peck. That's her own quiet, joyful reward. Episode 7 is thematically about gentle bonding. The words home date and the ease the characters share are about comfort and acceptance. The pacing is leisurely and this time it works perfectly. The viewer is meant to relax in this little moment before the storm of creativity and confession in later eps. Dialogue is snappy and filled with affection. Marin's giggling, "You made me dinner," is matched by Shinju's shy, "H, how do I look?" Everyone is leveling up their trust and affection. And as the final credit hits with a glimpse of Marin alone in her room, sleepy but smiling, I confess it was a delight. She's officially integrated Gojo into her life, and reciprocally, we feel that she has truly become part of his the halfway mark. Episode 8 blends introspection and adventure. It begins with the studio photo shoot, Shinju expertly handling the camera. The anime's attention to detail here is exquisite. We get an entire mini-lesson on backlit photography as Shinju demonstrates filters and angles, both informative and amusing. Backlit pictures truly are osasun desu, she jokes. The composition of these scenes is lovely. Shots bathe Kitagawa's cosplay in dramatic sunlight, symbolizing the creative illumination between characters. Meanwhile, Juju is getting antsy in the darker corners, prompting Gojo's assurance. We pivot quickly to a resonant conversation. Gojo finds Juju fearful of blood getting on her new costume from cutting herself while sewing. She confesses that she was the one who suggested Gojo in the first place because she admired Marin's bold courage. We cut to their dialogue in the abandoned hospital studio. The lighting here is somber blue, then warms. This interplay between their earnest confessions is beautifully shot. Her quiet admission that she too is nervous unveils a deeper sisterly insecurity. Gojo, following his grandfather's advice, gently takes Juju's hand to reassure her. This gentle handhold, first physical contact between them in the series, is sweetly animated. Soft lighting, slow focus. She gasps then, the power of human touch washes over, illustrating trust. The next shift in episode 8 is the summer vacation transition. After school finals, Marin invites Gojo to the beach. The colors explode: blue sky, golden sand, ocean spray. The cinematography here feels grand. Wide shots of Marin running into the waves, seagulls wheeling above. This is a world away from Gojo's typical indoor scene, and Marin savors it. The The dialogue is minimal. Their shared silence under the sun is loaded with meaning. When a hawk snatches Marin's burger, it's played for laughs, but also framed as a small epic, as if nature itself has been injected into our story. Sharing the remaining bit of their lunch becomes symbolically intimate. Two perfect strangers turned creative partners now sharing a simple meal. Here, Marin blurts out a profound promise. "I'll take you to more places during summer vacation." The camera catches Gojo's wide-eyed surprise, not fully comprehending the weight of those words. Marin steps out into the sea to make the promise real in her mind, and Gojo wades in after her. The water, the light, their fleeting closeness, it's all incredibly romantic. There is a slow-motion capture as they splash, the OST slows, capturing their suspended sense of connection. I must say, I believe the intention is to evoke an instant of pure, unspoken understanding. The pacing again is slow, but intentionally so. We need this breathing space where the series suggests, what if these two not only create together, but truly care for each other? Marin's walk home, shy and humming a tune, and then climbing her stairs at sunset, is shot like a grand finale. The backlighting literally fades to shadows. She takes a photo of Gojo, smiling shyly, and the camera lingers on her face as she imagines him, pixelated on her phone screen. That moment, I think, will linger long after the credits roll. Marin's bright blush as she realizes how deeply Gojo has entered her life. Episode 8 is about horizons, literal and emotional. It's beautifully paced, a mix of creative focus, the photo shoot, and free-spirited fun, the beach. It reinforces themes of trust, memory-making, and the promise of an unfolding romance. Technically, it's a showcase of direction, the cinematography from the tranquil outdoor scenes to the eerie studio, the interplay of light and color, and the fluid, natural dialogue creates something that's both everyday life and a lucid dream. Episode 9 weaves past and present in an intricate group dynamic. The episode jumps around narratively. Gojo and Marin deliver the completed cosplays to Juju, they meet Shinju for the first time, and flashbacks fill in what's happening in parallel. The structure is somewhat non-linear, but executed in a way that feels like puzzle pieces coming together. The core event is the final photo shoot with Juju and Shinju cosplaying their respective characters. The direction makes this feel like a celebratory culmination. Gojo's approach to make up on Marin with Juju coaching is a montage of empowerment. They are in an abandoned hospital studio again, backlit by streetlights and colored gels. The editing is crisp. Go-Go Gadget aesthetic moment as they apply winged eyeliner on Kitagawa, lacy contact lenses to enlarge Marin's eyes like Shizuku's. Each tiny detail is emphasized. For example, the camera zooms in on the brush streaking teal eyeliner, syncing with an emotional swell in the OST. Meanwhile, Juju and Shinju's own prep is shown in slices, an emotional flashback where Juju reveals Shinju's secret desire to cosplay Soma from Flower Princess Blaze. These memory pieces are tinted sepia, giving them a dreamlike quality. Here, we finally see Shinju's insecurity about her body, the manga note about the beholder, a binder for large chests, and Gojo's awkward, concerned face as he hears it. This is handled with nuance. No shame, no ridicule, only understanding. It gives Shinju's character immediate depth, making her quietly turn into action worthy of our empathy. When they all converge for the final shoot, the camera orchestra comes alive. Juju stands tall in flowing black lobelia costume, Shinju shyly revealed in male attire, Marin dancing in Shizuku's boudoir lingerie outfit. The scene is intoxicating. Sparkling lens flares, vibrant colors, triumphant music that mixes ethereal and energetic tones. The climactic cut of them posing, uniting in that final frame, feels like reaching the crescendo of a concert. The screen literally pulses with all the threads we saw so far coming together. Everything from Gojo's confidence in his craft, Marin's fearless support of friends, to the sisters' shared joy. Emotionally, it's a gut punch of catharsis. During the shoot, small personal moments are sprinkled. Marin sits on Gojo's lap to get some light on her face for one shot. There's a whisper of breath and the gentle sound of camera shutters. I'm sure viewers will find this moment lingering. Is it romantic? Teasing? Just friends? The tension is delicious. Juju's admiration in her eyes as Shinju manages a boy's costume? A wave of empowerment, sisters standing strong together. Even Gojo's quiet pride as he takes a break to admire his crew is conveyed in subtle close-ups of his contented smile. Dialogue is minimal, letting the visuals and score speak. It underscores the episode's theme, triumph over personal struggle. One technical note, the editing is a masterstroke, handling time leaps smoothly. 1 second we're in the present, everyone posing, the next we flash back to Marin's memories, the beach selfie, the assembly of costumes. It's done with a glossy dissolve like viewing through a lens. It makes us feel as though the photographer is giving us glimpses of each subject's journey. The episode ends on a quiet high. After the photos, close. Shinju and Juju thank Gojo with soft arigato-s. The girls trip off into the night, the former setting a milestone that Shinju has come into her own as a cosplayer. Marin, Gi2, and Gojo just stand among the props of the shoot, catching their breath. There's a beautiful moment as Marin snaps a satisfied photo of Gojo and Shinju, a role reversal of sorts, and Gojo humbly becomes part of Marin's collection of memories. By the final shot, a photo camera click sound, we feel the world is richer. It's not just Gojo and Marin anymore, but a trio of creators. Episode 9 is overwhelmingly positive. So many long-standing threads reach a mini-conclusion here. It's like finishing the last piece of a puzzle. That resonant melody playing over the last frame? It promises there are still secrets to unveil, but for now, we savor the thrill of creation shared. Episode 10 steers into more provocative territory while reaffirming the story's warmth. We open immediately in the aftermath of Episode 9's photoshoot, Marin in a victorious mood, and Shinju flushed with confidence. Juju, still buzzing, lets slip how jealous she is. The show doesn't shy away from this confession. Instead, it handles it delicately. The three sisters' return home contains a quiet honesty. Sisterly rivalry and support coexist. The anime does a wonderful job illustrating Juju's admixture of jealousy and pride. The overhead shot of them watching pictures on Juju's camera, Juju's expression switching from envy to affectionate teasing. Dialogue here suggests a healthy dynamic. Aren't you happy for me? Shinju says with a shy smile. It's a potent moment on the theme of everyone's battles. Juju, the extroverted world famous, still envies Shinju's fresh start. Shinju admires Juju. This meta-acknowledgement of we all struggle in our own ways is a theme the title hints at. Simultaneously, Marin and Gojo face an internal struggle. Marin suggests they try a Veronica cosplay, a dark-skinned character. They agree on a digital solution for skin tone, but Marin surprises him the next day by darkening her skin with foundation. The scene is both comedic and revealing. Cinematically, watch how the lighting plays. Marin starts with a natural glow, then layers on the darkest shade. It's almost a transformation sequence. Gojo's reaction is priceless. Silent shock, an internal freak out. The series uses his face, eyes wide, then carefully averted, to capture his struggle. One can imagine the men versus moral compass at battle inside his head as he stammers. I think it's too revealing. He's not judging her choice, but personally, he stumbles on it. He explains he's uncomfortable and it's too bold for him. It's a powerful scene about boundaries. Marin's response is heartbreakingly honest. She huffs at his prudishness, then bursts into brief panic as she imagines he's rejecting her interests. When she calms, her eyes shine with tears of relief upon finding out he only means he can't help with the outfit. She quickens to reassure herself of his approval. The lighting on them in the mall corridor is almost intimate. Pastel overhead lights framing her face as she tears up, his ashen worry. The way they initially misunderstand each other highlights a recurring theme: communication. They've gotten pretty good by now, but here we see a rare crack. When they talk it through, you feel the weight lifting. That scene in the clothing store where Gojo confesses he can't actually help plan Veronica's outfit because it's embarrassing is so well done. Marin looks taken aback, almost hurt, and we linger on that. Then she brightens again, telling him not to worry, and suggests simpler characters. This resolves gently. They share a shy laugh in the elevator as they leave, easy banter restored. The episode ends with Marin wrapping an arm around Gojo's shoulder, them giggling. This episode is shorter, but loaded. The pacing is quick, they dive right into conflict and get resolution. It's clever that it's not all sunny happiness. It acknowledges insecurities. Thematically, it suggests that in their creative journey, they will bump into personal and societal taboos. But what matters is they can talk through it. I anticipate fans will have a lot to discuss here. Goes into territory of cultural sensitivity and personal comfort. Personally, I thought it was a nuanced portrayal of boundaries. No moral judgment is passed, only vulnerability. I'm impressed by the series for even including this. It feels necessary and real. It also sets a foundation that even free-spirited Marin has lines she won't cross without support, just as Gojo had his moral compass reframe. The anime style is less flamboyant in this one, focusing on characters. Yet it still manages a bit of humor. Marin's exuberant suggestion to paint herself Veronica Black, the simple clap of the elevator close. Dialogue is smart and feels very realistic, showing how two people misinterpret each other even when they like each other a lot. The ephemeral takeaway: sometimes, even in paradise, clouds can gather, but true friends find a way to share the sun again. And as a viewer, it makes you root for them more, knowing their imperfections. Episode 11 shatters into a mixture of comedy, tension, and an almost thriller vibe, a delightful genre mashup. We open with Marin dragging Gojo to a manga cafe. The framing is tight, their faces close on split screen, brains, injecting a sense of nervousness. Will Gojo be okay being so public? Marin is in rare mode. She's dressed like a feline Lolita in a gothic style, Liz from Suck IDK. It's a feast for the eyes. The voice acting and body language show Marin is obviously delighted, but Gojo is bunny sweating. It's fertile ground for humor. Marin's chapter selection, Suck IDK, signals their first foray into succubus-themed content, a sign they're growing braver. When Marin gets flustered that she can't cosplay Liz due to reality, it's subtle foreshadowing of the main conflict. For now, though, the episode's main scene is the photo shoot set in a supposed photo studio that turns out to be a love hotel. The moment they burst into disbelief, "This is a love hotel?" is cartoonish glee. The camera shakes with Marin's laughter as she hauls Gojo along. Inside, the lighting is dim and flirty. Red neon, heart-shaped mirror. This environment is something out of a bizarre comedic dream. The direction is playful chaos. Marin stands on Gojo's lap to frame a shot, rather like two school kids sneaking a peck behind a book. The underlying chord, though, is tension. Marin slyly tries to crank up the sexual energy for one of the pictures. Gojo is flustered but tries to remain professional. Their physical comedy is top-notch. Marin's wardrobe malfunction, the corset hesitates to zip, the couple next door ignoring them, their breathless giggles. And then it happens. This is where the episode uniquely balances. While adjusting for a shot, they accidentally get locked into an intimate position. The show cuts between Marin's heavy breathing and Gojo's shocked stare. The tension ratchets up as Marin leans on Gojo. Suddenly you anticipate a kiss. Every viewer's mind races in tandem with the character's heartbeats. And just when it's about to crescendo, the phone rings. Bravo, narrative misdirection. The moment is broken. Back home, Gojo silently broods, heart pounding. He's thinking about Marin alone in his room, a clear indicator he's drifting into affection territory. She, in her apartment, as shadows flicker from the TV, contemplates the shoot while replaying the near kiss. The editing cleverly cuts between them. Two young hearts wide awake, unable to sleep. That final scene, the double simultaneous think, is subtle brilliance. Marin tucks in, half smiling, hugging her stuffed rabbit that Gojo drew for her. That final scene, the double simultaneous think, is subtle brilliance. Marin tucks in, half smiling, hugging her stuffed rabbit that Gojo drew for her. It's poetic. Two separate solo shots, blank black screens aside from them. One hears silence, underscored by a soft, melancholic piano. It's exactly the moment that makes you whisper to yourself, they're in love and don't even know it. And let me lean into it here. I'm genuinely impressed by how this episode refrains from outright confession but delivers the most palpable intimacy yet. It's using a silly situation, love hotel, to thread together shared sexual tension and unspoken longing. This episode's dialogue is crisp and layered. Marin's comedic lines, "I won't fall through the floor, will I?" are matched by deadpan Gojo responses. There's subtlety in their silence. A few one-word phrases suffice. The pacing is mostly brisk, almost farcical in its setup, until the near-romantic climax where it slows for emphasis. It's a roller coaster of vibes, from slapstick to erotic suggestion to quiet introspection. One might debate the portrayal of a love hotel scenario. It's edgy, but I think it fits the established tone. The series is comfortable embracing mild erotic comedy for character building rather than gratuitousness. This episode will certainly spark conversation among fans. Personally, I feel it's a virtuoso piece of direction, using a risque locale to deepen their bond without any explicit content. The message seems clear. Sometimes, life hands you situations that rush you forward faster than you expected. After episode 11, we're certainly leaning forward, craving the final unwrapping. The finale blossoms like the fireworks Marin glimpsed at the end, brilliant, colorful, and suffused with the essence of what came before. From the opening frame, we know we're in for a culmination of growth. Gojo helps Marin tie her hair ribbons in her flat, intimate and calm, and we immediately sense something feels off. Indeed, Marin shares the news that her father canceled the summer festival trip because she forgot her homework. The camera lingers on Marin's crestfallen eyes when she hears it. It's a reminder, responsibilities exist outside their fantasy. For once, the anime's tone is sober. Marin apologizes, though her shoulders slump. Their plan pivots again, from festival to festival of the self. They decide to watch horror movies. Marin revels in scaring Gojo. Direction here is playful, with Marin jumping out at screens between squeals, and Gojo sheltered under a blanket. By the end of the movie, they are practically on the same couch button pressing between jump scares. When the credits roll, Gojo excitedly starts analyzing the costume quality. He had never seen a real person so scared, he exclaims. Marin beams. He's finding finding joy in her joy. This is a tender turning point. Gojo now truly values Marin beyond cosplay. He cares for her experiences. We feel it as Marin looks at him with pride, relieved. Next, we get a classic romantic climax. They head to a public pool after buying a yukata, a sign she still goes to the festival, on her own. Gojo is relieved to find her there in a gorgeous pastel yukata decorated with sakura prints, a far cry from her usual wild costumes. They stroll among stalls and fireworks. The crowd scene is bustling, but the camera constantly returns to their subtle smiles, their laugh lines in gentle focus. Cinematographically, the fireworks scene is splendid. Slow-motion bursts of color in the night sky as they gaze upward, standing shoulder to shoulder. The orchestration of music and sound here is exactly how one expects a final confessional moment to feel. Gentle swelling strings, exhaling sighs. The pivotal event at the pool is shock turned fear. Marin slips. Gojo grabs her midair, and we hear a collective gasp in the family audience. Cinematic focus is on their tightly linked eyes in midfall. As half action, half slow drama. Gojo's saving her is a visual metaphor for their dynamic now. He is both protector and equal. As Marin sobs with relief, Gojo holds her gently. She is overwhelmed with gratitude. He is stunned by the proximity. The editing uses quick cuts and drifts like real panic, then steadies. Afterwards, Marin's homework done, she goes to the long-awaited summer festival with Gojo, not her dad, but with Gojo. This is the emotional festival we've been building to. The colorful yukata, the lanterns, the yukatas are drawn with exquisite color saturation, dripping in nostalgia. They carry festival trays filled with snacks. Gojo is backlit by sparklers, Marin's face lit by them, and the world feels magical. That scene at the bridge, where Gojo carries her back after her feet hurt, is utterly captivating. They're framed by a backdrop of golden fireworks, looking more like a fairy tale moment than a cartoon. Finally, the quiet, intimate conversation by phone. It's almost midnight. Marin whispers into Gojo's ear about hearing his voice since she's nervous about another movie. The twist is that Gojo fell asleep on the call, leaving her nearly voiceless confession hanging in the night air. The top-down shot shows Marin by herself, phone lit in the dark. She summons courage. "I love you," she breathes, but he's not awake to hear. The screen fades to black as she hangs up with a bittersweet smile. The final shot is breathtaking. It's one of those slow camera pulls away from Marin's tear-blurred eyes as fireworks reflect in them. They sparkle like stars. It's visually poetic and hard to describe without sounding mushy, but its honesty distilled into a final frame. My heart soared and stung. The emotions invoked here were raw, joy at how far they've come, sadness at the missed confession, and anticipation of what's to follow. It's a masterful last note, leaving viewers enveloped in both warmth and yearning. The pacing of My Dress-Up Darling, Season 1 is a deliberate and effective slow burn, particularly concerning the romantic development between Gojo and Marin. While the cosplay creation sequences often burst with fast-paced, kinetic energy, the emotional beats are given ample room to breathe, allowing the audience to truly invest in the characters' internal journeys. This thoughtful rhythm ensures that moments of vulnerability, like Gojo's anxiety in Episode 4 or Marin's blushes in Episode 6, resonate deeply rather than feeling rushed. The show understands that genuine connection isn't a sprint, but a dance of discovery, and it invites you to sway along with every step. The series predominantly employs a linear, episodic structure, with each installment often centering around a specific cosplay project or a significant interaction that propels the character's emotional growth. This episodic nature allows for focused exploration of individual themes and character dynamics, while the overarching narrative of Gojo and Marin's evolving relationship provides a strong, cohesive through line. The integration of show-within-a-show anime, like Flower Princess Blaze, further enriches the world and provides comedic and thematic depth. Thematic consistency is a hallmark of My Dress-Up Darling. From the very first episode, the themes of identity, self-acceptance, and the joy of shared passions are woven into the narrative, consistently reinforced through character actions, dialogue, and visual storytelling. The series never wavers from its core message, creating a deeply satisfying and emotionally coherent viewing experience. The heart of My Dress-Up Darling beats through its meticulously crafted characters, each a vibrant brushstroke in this compelling portrait of youth and self-discovery. Our earnest protagonist, Gojo, is a study in quiet dedication. Raised by his grandfather, a master Hina doll craftsman, Gojo inherited a profound love for the art, aspiring to become a Kashirisher, head craftsman, himself. However, a bitter child childhood memory of being ridiculed for his feminine hobby by a female friend left him with crippling low self-esteem and a reclusive nature. His arc throughout Season 1 is a beautiful, often painful, journey of stepping out of his comfort zone and embracing his love for crafting, not just dolls, but cosplay. With Marin's unwavering support, he slowly gains confidence, finding a sense of belonging in the vibrant cosplay community he never thought possible. I confess, I didn't entirely connect with his initial extreme shyness, but his growth felt incredibly earned, making his eventual moments of quiet confidence truly resonate. He remains endearingly oblivious to Marin's romantic feelings, a classic rom-com trope that, in this series, serves to highlight his pure focus on his craft and his genuine desire to make Marin happy. The dazzling co-lead, Marin is a force of nature, a popular Gyuru in Gojo's class. She radiates warmth, friendliness, and an infectious positivity. Her passion for anime and cosplay is boundless, and she possesses an admirable disdain for overly critical people who judge others based on their interests. Marin's journey in Season 1 is primarily one of emotional awakening. Initially drawn to Gojo for his unique tailoring skills, she quickly develops a deep affection, realizing she is head over heels in love with him. Her actions, from inviting him to her house to watch anime to playfully teasing him, are all subtle and sometimes not so subtle attempts to win his heart. Her confidence in her own body, particularly during cosplay measurements, is a refreshing portrayal, rooted in self-worth rather than mere exhibitionism. I'm genuinely impressed by how the series portrays her as both a wish-fulfillment heroine and a genuinely relatable high schooler with authentic passions. A celebrated cosplayer, Juju initially presents as blunt and headstrong, driven by a fierce dedication to her craft. Despite being older than Gojo and Marin, her petite figure often leads to her being mistaken for a middle schooler. Her arc reveals a deeper vulnerability, stemming from a childhood desire to embody magical girl characters and her motivation for cosplay as a way to transcend reality. Her eventual collaboration with Gojo and Marin showcases her growth beyond initial competitive instincts, highlighting the power of shared passion over rivalry. Juju's younger sister, Shinju, is a striking contrast to her sibling, possessing an imposing height but an incredibly timid personality. She serves as Juju's dedicated photographer, secretly harboring her own desire to cosplay, particularly male characters, but fearing she won't live up to her sister's high standards. Her quiet journey of self-discovery, supported by Gojo's understanding and encouragement, is a touching exploration of overcoming personal insecurities and embracing one's true desires. While a minor character in terms of screen time, Gojo's grandfather is a pivotal figure, serving as his mentor and the source of his passion for Hina dolls. His unwavering confidence in his feminine hobby stands in stark contrast to young Gojo's trauma, providing a silent example of self-acceptance. The ensemble's chemistry, particularly between Gojo and Marin, is the undeniable engine of the series. Their incredibly watchable dynamic, characterized by sincere joy and endearing cluelessness, makes every interaction a delight. The voice actors infuse their characters with palpable energy and warmth, making their emotional arcs feel genuine and relatable. The way they bounce off each other well creates a natural flow that grounds the fantastical elements of cosplay in authentic human connection. My Dress-Up Darling is far more than a simple romantic comedy. It is a vibrant exploration of universal themes, subtly woven into its narrative fabric, inviting viewers to reflect on their own lives. This is the beating heart of the series. Gojo's journey from hiding his passion for Hina dolls due to childhood trauma to openly embracing it with Marin's support is a powerful metaphor for accepting one's true self, regardless of societal expectations. Marin's uninhibited confidence in her body and her interests, and Shinju's timid desire to cosplay male characters, further amplify this theme, celebrating gender non-conforming attitudes and the courage to live authentically. The show beautifully conveys that true intimacy comes from opening up to another person in intimate ways, revealing the sides of ourselves we only show to those we trust and respect. The series is a fervent ode to the joy of mutual interests. It captures the undeniably exciting feeling of finding someone who shares your niche passions, transforming solitary pursuits into shared adventures. Cosplay, in this context, is not just a hobby. It's a profound act of representing, paying tribute, and stepping into the shoes of a character they love. The show highlights how this shared enthusiasm can forge deep bonds and create a sense of belonging, particularly for those who might feel isolated by their unique interests. Gojo's initial trauma, stemming from a childhood friend's harsh criticism, directly addresses the pain of societal judgment. Marin's character, with her disdain for overly critical people, serves as a counterpoint, advocating for acceptance and open-mindedness. The anime subtly critiques the narrow definitions of masculine and feminine activities, suggesting that true fulfillment comes from pursuing what you love, not what others expect. This is a topic that often sparks debate in the anime community, and My Dress-Up Darling tackles it head-on. While the series undeniably features naughty fan service and provocative situations, it largely contextualizes these moments through Marin's confidence and the practicalities of cosplay measurements. Marin's frequent exposure is portrayed as an expression of her self-worth and trust in Gojo, rather than purely for exploitative purposes. I believe the director's intention was to show Marin's comfort in her own skin, making the fan service a reflection of her character rather than a crude device. However, I confess, I didn't entirely connect with every horny moment, as some felt more gratuitous than others, occasionally pulling me out of the otherwise wholesome narrative. This particular aspect will undoubtedly spark significant debate among viewers, but it's a conversation the show seems willing to invite. These themes are conveyed with remarkable finesse. Dialogue, while often witty and naturalistic, also serves as a conduit for profound emotional expression, such as Marin's quiet confession to a sleeping Gojo. Character actions, from Gojo's meticulous sewing to Marin's bold cosplay choices, directly embody the themes of passion and self-acceptance. Visual storytelling, with its expressive character animation and dynamic camera work, amplifies emotional states and thematic undertones, allowing the audience to feel Gojo's anxiety or Marin's unbridled joy. The series uses its show-within-a-show elements, like the Flower Princess Blaze anime, to further explore fandom and creative expression, adding layers of allegorical depth. The world of My Dress-Up Darling is grounded in a realistic, contemporary Japanese high school setting, but it truly expands into a vibrant, meticulously detailed universe through its portrayal of the cosplay community. The series doesn't just use cosplay as a backdrop, it embraces the hobby fully, depicting it with astonishing detail. Viewers are immersed in the practicalities of costume making, from selecting fabrics and wigs to understanding intricate tailoring techniques and makeup application. This meticulous attention to detail makes the world feel lived in and authentic, a true tribute to the craft. Beyond the technical aspects, the show excels at portraying the social element of cosplay. It highlights how the hobby fosters a community where individuals with shared interests can connect, form friendships, and find a sense of belonging. Gojo and Marin, initially isolated, slowly build a powerful friendship through their shared journey, demonstrating the transformative power of this community. The series consistently shows how the rules of this world, the dedication required, the joy of creation, the acceptance within the community, are consistent and deeply rewarding. The screenplay for My Dress-Up Darling Season 1, penned by Yuriko Tomita under the series composition, is a remarkable feat, balancing heartfelt emotion with sharp humor and genuine character voice. The naturalism and wit of the dialogue are a standout. Characters feel genuine and openly express emotion, fostering a realistic and heartfelt portrayal of their developing relationship. Marin's dialogue, in particular, is infused with a youthful, energetic charm, with her English slang being spot-on to her character's tone. I'm genuinely impressed by how the writers crafted Marin's giddy, wordless, "I have a crush" noises into legitimately hysterical key smashes in the subtitles, a small detail that speaks volumes about the script's intelligence and playfulness. The emotional impact of the script is undeniable. Moments like Marin's quiet confession to a sleeping Gojo over the phone are imbued with profound tenderness, allowing the audience to feel the depth of her unspoken feelings. Gojo's simple declaration of Marin as beautiful carries immense weight, given his personal standards, making it a truly impactful moment of connection. In terms of originality and tightness, the series offers a refreshing depiction of masculinity through Gojo's character, challenging traditional rom-com tropes. It's been hailed as a unique gem, largely due to its ability to blend the sweet and spicy elements of its premise without resorting to cheap cliches. While some critiques suggest the plot can feel too neat or rushed at times or a bit predictable, these are minor quibbles in a script that consistently prioritizes character development and emotional resonance. The series avoids major narrative contrivances, with any misunderstandings or logical leaps often serving to highlight the character's endearing awkwardness or personal growth, rather than feeling forced. My Dress-Up Darling Season 1 is a dazzling showcase of animation prowess, a testament to the artistry of Cloverworks, the studio behind its vibrant visuals. The film's visual style is nothing short of gorgeous, colorful animation. It employs a wide variety of styles in every scene, from detailed character acting to more exaggerated, comedic dramatic expressions, creating a dynamic and engaging visual experience. The animation excels at capturing contrasting and conflicting body language and awkward teenage socializing, making the characters feel incredibly alive and relatable. The expressive faces are a particular highlight, conveying a vast range of emotions with nuanced detail. I'm genuinely impressed by the visual ingenuity, such as the wild cut of animation that remakes the iconic ending of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or the distinct aesthetic of the anime series within a series. The use of realistic style in certain moments, potentially through techniques like rotoscoping, further enhances the visual depth. Under the direction of Keisuke Shinohara, the series achieves an incredibly watchable quality. Shinohara's vision is evident in the charming humor derived from the collision of Marin's overzealousness and nonchalance compared to Wakana's naivety, a comedic goldmine that consistently delivers laughs. The meticulous care and personality of its character animation is a direct result of his guidance, ensuring that even single-location episodes feel dynamic and emotionally rich. The pacing choices, while a slow burn for the romance, are expertly managed to build anticipation and allow emotional moments to land with maximum impact. The soundscape of My Dress-Up Darling is a subtle yet effective contributor to its immersive quality. While some might argue the background music is pleasant but doesn't factor much into the show, I personally found the overall soundtrack to be so good. The opening theme, San Sandays by Spira Spica, and the ending theme, Koi no Yuki by Ikaria Case, are particularly memorable, setting the tone for each episode with their catchy melodies. The music, composed by Takashi Nakatsuka, along with sound director Akiko Fujita and sound effects by Eri Kobayashi and Hiroki Nozaki, subtly enhances the mood, whether it's the lightheartedness of a shopping trip or the tender intimacy of a quiet conversation. The sound design effectively immerses the viewer in the characters' experiences, from the hum of a sewing machine to the subtle sounds of their shared moments. The editing plays a crucial role in maintaining the series' engaging rhythm and flow. The rhythms and dynamics of the conversations remain consistent, ensuring a natural progression of dialogue and interaction. The editors skillfully employ many different angles on how they're communicated to the audience, adding visual interest and depth to even simple exchanges. Standout cuts, such as the aforementioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre parody, demonstrate a playful and inventive approach to transitions, adding unexpected bursts of humor and visual flair. Having witnessed every stitch of Season 1's garment, what holds this cosplay romance together so remarkably are its universal threads. At its core, My Dress-Up Darling explores identity. Marin learns that being honest about who you are, a self-proclaimed camouflage for Pasha sisters, opens deep connections. Gojo learns that revealing his secret passion can light up someone's world. The series elegantly weaves acceptance versus shame. Marin's most powerful line, "Gender doesn't matter when doing what you love," becomes a mantra. Their journey is sprinkled with coming-of-age motifs. Gojo's shy, socially awkward shell cracks as he gains confidence, and Marin's never-flagging exuberance matures into understanding real vulnerability. Another core theme is creativity as communication. Every cosplay outfit in the show is almost a message. In Episode 1, Shizuku's lingerie suit is about pleasure and secret admiration. In Episode 10, Veronica's attempted outfit touches on empowerment and sensitivity. In Episode 11, the succubus costume is about flirting with fears. Each design is an allegory for how Marin and Gojo express feelings words cannot. It's an art speaks motif that's reinforced with visual symbolism. Threads of red and blue frequently tie scenes together, red for Marin's passion, blue for Gojo's sincerity. We also find echoes of loneliness and connection. Gojo's fear of ridicule was profound isolation. Meeting Marin broke that solitude. Marin, for all her popularity, had subtle moments of loneliness, needing Gojo to help style Liz, or revisiting games because the world around her misunderstood her hobbies. In a sense, each episode is about two people unearthing a bond that bridges their once opposite worlds. The series also subtly explores honor to one's craft. Gojo dedicates lifetime's worth of care to Hina dolls. Episode 4's conflict, finishing or not finishing the outfit, becomes a metaphor for perseverance in one's purpose, and Marin's joy at his dedication validates his artistry. These facets give the show allegorical depth beyond high school antics. The main duo's arcs are beautifully balanced. Wakana Gojo begins as a frightened boy bound by tradition. By Episode 12, he is a man discovering love, creativity, and bravery. Each episode chipped away at his shell. Marin's friendship, then her love confession, then her family acceptance, Episode 6, and finally carrying her from the pool. Wakana's arc teaches us the power of acceptance. Once he saw himself reflected in Marin's eyes, he unfolded fully. His internal conflict in Episodes 3 and 4, fear of disappointing Marin versus commitment to duty, shaped him profoundly. Marin Kitagawa grows from a carefree gal, who sees the world in cosplay into someone who feels the gravity of care. This arc is subtle. Each episode she lets her guard drop, revealing more of her hopes and insecurities. I'm genuinely impressed by how they peel Marin's layers. The talk with her grandpa and dad on the phone, episode 12, hints at her spending for a camera responsibility and sacrifice. She's not a mere giggling heroine. When she's hurt, episode 4's tears, episode 10's misunderstanding, it means she's deeply invested. By the festival finale, Marin is the kind of girl who'd rather lose a date with dad than compromise being true to her word with her friend. Their chemistry is the pulse. From wary start to playful teasing, to unspoken love, every step feels earned. They are static in the sense of core personality. Marin is still cheerful, Gojo still kind, but dynamic in growth. Supporting characters enrich this tapestry. The Inui sisters, Juju and Shinju, expand the ensemble. Juju is both Marin's idol and a mirror. Her struggles with envy and the weight of fame bring complexity, and she often articulates feelings Marin has. Shinju's quiet journey, from wallflower to confidently crossplay, shows the season's message reaches beyond the leads. Gojo's grandfather adds warmth, he imparts wisdom. Just put your heart in it. Meaning tradition is alive in progressive ways. Even the minor school friends like Saori and Fuka in backgrounds or Tsutsumi's short appearance add slices of life that flesh out the world's everyday authenticity. Visually, My Dress-Up Darling is a feast. The cinematography is both loving and dynamic. The series frequently plays with lighting to reflect mood, soft indoor glows for intimate sewing scenes, saturated brights for cosplay conventions, muted blues for tension or nights. The color palette is vibrant but thematically consistent. Marin often appears with warm pastels and patterns matching her outfit's mood, whereas Gojo's scenes are often framed with earth tones and soft whites of the sewing room, highlighting his calm sincerity. Shocking or comedic moments are accentuated by sudden color shifts, the red-pink pool slide, the neon-lit love hotel. It's all rendered crisply by Cloverworks. Directionally, episode 11 showcased superb creative choices, like the near-kiss close-up angle and smash cut to the ringing phone. Episodes interweave flashbacks. Episode 9's group photoshoot, which is cleverly done, as if scrolling through memories or actual film reels. Scene blocking is elegant. For example, episode 4's hospital corridor where Gojo runs with Marin behind. It's cinematic. Each frame seems meticulously planned, as if every shot could be a still painting. The soundscape is understated but effective. The OST by Takashi Nakatsuka isn't bombastic. It knows when to step back. For most scenes, background piano and guitar arpeggios accompany tender dialogues. However, the series unleashes a rousing track during the final photoshoot, episode 9, punctuating victory. Small leitmotifs recur, a gentle tune when Marin gets excited, a tender refrain during sewing, which feels coherent. Even sound effects are deliberate. The hush of threads sliding through cloth, the zipper's metallic zip, the ambient laughter of crowds, all greatly enrich immersion. Sound mixing is balanced too. Characters' voices are prioritized, but audience and environment noises never overwhelm. Animation and production design are spot on. Cosplay outfits are drawn in exquisite detail, lace, ribbons, even the tiniest pattern on fabric is visible on HD. When Marin paints her face black, episode 10, you can feel the texture of makeup. Props like Gojo's meticulously crafted dolls, Juju's camera, or Marin's cluttered apartment, they evoke authenticity. Special effects are used sparingly. A few sparkle filters when Marin's in full cosplay, some warm glow for sunrises, but nothing that distracts. Editing and pacing leave a few marks. Most episodes are very well paced, but episode 8's transitions felt a hair abrupt to me. However, the flashbacks in episode 9 are seamlessly integrated, showing the editor's skill at maintaining continuity. There were no jarring cuts, even action scenes like the pool rescue edited for suspense without disorienting the viewer. Some episodes do jump scenes like episode 9, but thoughtfully so. Throughout the season, I rode a roller coaster of laughter, warmth, and genuine tenderness. Scenes that provoked laughter include Marin's shameless poses, boob bag, and Gojo's stammering, which I think many viewers related to. I found myself in stitches at Marin's antics in the Love Hotel and at Gojo's mortal embarrassment in the bikini shot. But beyond comedy, there were scenes that pulled at my heartstrings. Marin's tears in episode 4, watching her cry at Gojo's misunderstanding, feeling simultaneously joyful, he finished the outfit, and sad her pain, made me sniffle. The pool saving in episode 12, I literally gasped. A hero moment that felt both thrilling and deeply emotional, like a clutch scene in any heartfelt romance. Final fireworks scene. The emotion of unspoken love hanging in the air left me almost breathless. It was joy mixed with bittersweet longing that I also felt an underlying excitement and nostalgia at times. Watching Marin's sloppy cooking and considerate gestures was delightful and relatable. The show often made me reflect on my own high school days of sharing passion with friends. Each episode ended with me wanting more. I caught myself rewatching the last few frames in my mind before sleep. What lingers most is the sense of warmth and sincerity. They don't just develop romantic tension, they earn it through mutual support. The production design of My Dress-Up Darling is meticulously crafted, contributing significantly to the world's authenticity. Character designs are distinct and immediately convey personality, from Gojo's craftsman from 1800s Japan look when out of school to Marin's overdone makeup and multiple piercings. The detailed rendering of the cosplay outfits themselves is a highlight, showcasing the intricate work involved and adding a layer of realism to the fantastical elements of the hobby. The overall aesthetic is vibrant and appealing, making the world feel lived in and believable. My Dress-Up Darling Season 1 is an emotional roller coaster, designed to evoke a rich tapestry of feelings that linger long after the credits roll. It is a series that doesn't just entertain, it connects, it provokes, and it leaves an indelible mark on the heart. The film skillfully evokes a spectrum of emotions. There's the excitement of Marin's boundless enthusiasm and the thrill of each new cosplay project. You'll feel profound empathy for Gojo's struggles with self-doubt and his quiet yearning for connection, particularly in moments where he overworks himself or fears judgment. The series radiates warmth and unbridled joy in the shared moments between Gojo and Marin, whether they're geeking out over anime, shopping for fabrics, or simply enjoying each other's company. There's the delightful nervousness and embarrassment that comes with burgeoning teenage romance, especially evident in Marin's blushes and Gojo's flustered reactions. Ultimately, the season culminates in a feeling of deep happiness and satisfaction, a testament to the characters' growth and the genuine bond they forged. Memorable moments abound, etching themselves into the viewer's consciousness. Marin's initial, audacious request for a cosplay and Gojo's pure, flustered reaction immediately set the tone. The iconic measurement scene, balancing humor with Marin's confidence and Gojo's respect, is a standout. Gojo's heartfelt declaration of Marin as beautiful in Episode 5 is a moment that truly tugs at the heartstrings and marks a significant turning point in their relationship. Juju's poignant backstory in Episode 8, revealing her deep love for magical girls and her journey into cosplay, adds unexpected emotional depth. Shinju's quiet triumph in Episode 9, as she finally embraces her desire to cosplay with Gojo's support, is a powerful affirmation of self-acceptance. The chaotic yet intimate Love Hotel episode, with its blend of humor and genuine vulnerability, will linger long after the credits roll. And of course, the season finale's fireworks scene, culminating in Marin's whispered confession to a sleeping Gojo, is a moment of pure, unadulterated sweetness that perfectly encapsulates their journey. My Dress-Up Darling prompts deep reflection and discussion, extending its impact beyond the immediate viewing experience. It invites us to consider the universal themes of loneliness and freedom, as Gojo breaks free from his self-imposed isolation and Marin encourages him to embrace his true self. It subtly explores the sacrifice of hiding one's passions and the profound joy of sharing them. The series challenges us to reflect on our own identity and the courage it takes to accept every part of ourselves, flaws and all. It asks us to question societal judgments and to celebrate the things we love, no matter how niche or unconventional they may seem. This anime is a powerful reminder that true connection blossoms when we are brave enough to be vulnerable and to embrace the passions that make us uniquely ourselves. My Dress-Up Darling Season 1 is a triumph of heart and craft. Its strengths are many: a unique premise executed with depth, lovingly drawn characters, stellar animation, and a script that juggles humor with genuine emotion. Each episode feels polished and intentional, offering layers of meaning beneath every cosplay scene. Marin and Gojo's chemistry feels authentic and has enough twists to stay unpredictable. Will they? Won't they? It tackles some themes: fan service, cosplay, sexuality, that could have been uncomfortable but chooses respect and understanding instead, which is both refreshing and poignant. If there's a weakness, it's minimal. Some viewers may find the pacing slow at times or wish for even more explicit progression in the romance, but I prefer it the way it is, slow burn. A few comedic bits might not land for everyone, e.g., the bikini measuring scene verging on cringe, but they rarely undermine the show's sincerity. In sum, this season achieved something special. It didn't just entertain, it connects. It fulfilled its artistic mission by turning a seemingly niche concept, cosplay, into a universal story of youth, creativity, and first love. It hit every beat I didn't know I needed, and often in a way that felt startlingly real. By season's end, Marin and Gojo feel as close as dear friends, making me believe in kindness in strangers and courage in confessing passions. So, do not miss out on this gem. It's a masterpiece in its genre, heartfelt, articulate, and beautifully rendered. I urge you, watch My Dress-Up Darling now. Let yourself be drawn into Marin's vivacious world and Gojo's careful artistry. Feel the warmth as the opening credits of episode 1 light up, and stay for the final fireworks. I promise you'll come back to the season and grin all over again, perhaps noticing a hidden stitch you missed. Your ticket is on the sewing table, the threads of curiosity are in your hands. Start the episode, and sew yourself into this remarkable tale. You'll laugh, you'll ache a little, and you'll fall as completely in love with these characters as Gojo and Marin do with their creations. Trust me, this is one cosplay romance that lives and breathes. It's not just a story told, it's an experience waiting for you. Don't just read about it, become part of it.